What's up, Brina?
Oh, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, just recording and stuff.
Just recording?
Yeah. Just a normal day.
Normal day. With cameras and stuff.
What cameras? There's cameras?
Cameras. Today, for our recording session, believe it or not, you remember the little Straw Hat Theater moments they had, where they had Chopperman and they had everyone as a middle-aged housewife and all those other ones? There's an entire episode of Chopperman.
Yes.
And so we're going to...
So like full episode, not just like little segments?
It's a full 23-minute episode dedicated to Chopperman.
That's amazing.
Even to the point where you get to do the title of the episode.
Yay!
Now, I believe for Chopperman, it's just Chopper's voice, right? Yours wasn't one of the ones that had to go into some sort of affected voice.
Not that I recall. I think it was like Chopper, but uber cute.
Yeah, because he has his cute beam, or his power is his cuteness.
Yes.
Because Usopp was Usadaba, and he had to do some maniacal bad guy voice on top of his regular Usopp voice.
Yeah, I just continue to be adorable. I'm Brina Palencia, and I play Tony Chopper. I've been working on One Piece for 6 or 7 years, and as far as the recording process changing, I mean, the process hasn't changed, but I think Chopper has grown up a lot, and he's allowed himself to trust people a lot more, and has gotten better at fighting, and he's learned a lot over the years. It's growing up.
I am the ADR director for One Piece, and sometimes line producer, and sometimes voice actor, and sometimes adaptive script writer. Let's use this as our tester. We'll preview it. Let me know if you can hear the Japanese okay, and then when we roll and record on it, let me know if I need to adjust the levels of the music or the elements or your voice or anything. Cool?
Cool.
Preview 4. Chopperman. Okay.
Do you want me to do like a Chopperman or something like that?
Might just be like super enthusiastic, like Chopperman to the rescue.
Okay.
Just super enthusiastic.
Cool.
Let's try that approach. And once again, this will be our tester. Let's record it for realsies and just let me know if we need to change anything.
Okay.
Chopperman to the rescue! Protect the TV station by the shore!
All right, just a second.
Chopperman to the rescue! Protect the TV station by the shore!
The shore. I dig that. How are the levels for you?
Good.
Music and elements all right? Mm-hmm. Hear yourself okay?
Yep.
Cool.
Chopper is definitely one of the more adorable characters that I play. And before I had been cast as Chopper, I played a lot of little girls like Nina and Full Metal Alchemist and Elsa and Gunslinger Girl. And I think after playing Chopper for so long, I think as a result, I'm not very good at playing those little girls anymore because everything I do sounds like Chopper. When it's in that range, because it's just so deeply ingrained in my muscle memory and everything, I think it kind of, that's just reserved for Chopper now. Like, that's just what Chopper does. I don't really do as many little girls anymore. I voice a lot more boys now, which I think is a lot of fun.
Cool. I know you'd mentioned before that the Sergeant Frog character you had was so close to Chopper that you couldn't record both of them in the same day or they would blend.
Yeah, absolutely. Tamama and Sergeant Frog is in that same vocal range, and I always made it a point whenever I was scheduling that they had to be on different days because otherwise they would end up coloring each other. And they do sound similar, but it's more their attitude is very different. But it's kind of the same thing in that they are more mascot characters and like cutesy creature characters. Which doesn't work for a realistic little girl. So I think I can still do other like creaturey type voices, but still gonna sound like Chopper.
What? Why didn't he tell me?
Seriously, just go inside.
So to backtrack with the story, what's happening is the evil Usadaba is plotting to take over the world, uses his minions to do so. Sanji's a pervert. Zoro wants the rice balls. And then Nami is the person that gives you all of your assignments. and she goes by Namifia. I think at this point in time, Nami is worried because things have been going so well in the superhero world and the world in general that there aren't any problems. And problems are what help you guys pay for stuff. I guess you get paid in some capacity. And she's going through the bills and is upset because you've made the world too pleasant a place to live in.
Nice. It's a good problem to have.
Mm-hmm. And all you want to do is sit around and laugh and watch TV because the world's in an awesome spot. So 37 is laughing and eating per review. And let's see, 40 is close enough. Let's preview that one too. It's bursting out laughing at something on TV. Those two. Let's preview both of them.
ダメだわ。やっぱ食費切り詰めなきゃ。
Okay. So you're eating potato chips and laughing at TV.
Cool.
Here we go. Cool. Let me check it out. I'm watching Panda Man on TV.
I know. I was just noticing that.
Yeah.
With his heart nipples.
Yes. I cast Brina from time to time. I actually, I found, not that she was like hiding under a rock or something like that, but as far as this type of work, I found Brina in an open call audition. She had come in for, I think, a tour, and it wasn't like, hey, you on the tour, come here. It wasn't that sort of thing, but I think she became aware of where the work was done in that sort of aspect and got on the open call list. And at the time, it's probably over 10 years ago now, we were doing an open call for Case Closed to get a bunch of new cast members on that. And she came very, 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 very close to being Conan Edogawa. It was actually down to her and Allison Victorin who ended up getting the part. That introduced her to this style of work, and I know she was already familiar with anime. She'd watched it before and was a fan. But we had her in the loops from that point on forward, and it just took, finding the right things for her to keep advancing on and giving her different roles and stuff like that. And she's just fantastic, and I'm so happy that we have her on board. As far as Chopper, she was one of the... For each of the Straw Hats, we sent in, I believe, between 5 and 10 for each of the major leads. And we would put our choice up top, followed by several other choices. What do you think, Oda? What do you think, Toye? And Brina was the top choice for that part. And they wholeheartedly agreed. So that was fun on that. As far as her approach to dubbing, I think it's not so much her approach to dubbing, it's her approach to acting. She's just a very honest actor, and for this type of work, that's really appreciated. There are so many people who approach things differently. Like for voice work in general, there's a bunch of voice work that's not anime. There's commercials and industrials and all this other stuff, and there's different kind of approaches to it. And people get so used to just doing specific things, coming in over and over and over again. And Brina always approaches things from a character standpoint and from an honest emotional standpoint. And I think that that's really cool. What would the character feel? What's going on screen? How can I combine all of these things and give an honest performance rather than cut, print one, and just record and go about your daily business? Not that everyone around here does that. I'm not saying that we have a whole bunch of just people that just come in and do it and go home. But I think that she stands above several people who already are doing a fantastic job by going the extra mile of being more emotionally connected. Yeah.
Would you say that is what you look for when you're casting in general? Just people that connect emotionally more so than just trying to make a voice?
I would say that that's true. I connect with people that work in that capacity. I enjoy working with them more. I think initially on situations where it's a audition, it is about the voice and finding something that I like in the voice, but upon them keeping that role, because I tend to hire a lot of people you are my choice for this. I want you to come in for 2 to 4 hours and we're going to record. You still don't have this part yet. I know it drives a lot of people crazy, but when I'm casting for big, important things, that's what I do. Because if the voice is there, that's one thing, but it also has to be the communication back and forth, and it has to be how they approach the lines rather than the character goes high, I go high. The character's crying, I cry. Well, I have to believe all of these things. And I think it takes a certain type of actor to be able to match what's going on screen, be true to the material, and be true to the performance and just juggle all those things successfully to make it sound like it's a fluid, well-oiled machine, and that it's really going on that we live in this world of animation and it's real, and these are all real beings, and it's not just someone doing voiceover. The more you know. 52 preview.
呼ぶ電話がかかってこなければ商売上がったりですから商売って地球の平和の方が大事だろ明日からおやつの
Okay, now that one looks like it can be a little bit more angry now that you realize what her issue is.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Who cares about how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace!
Wow, that's quick. Let me see what we have.
Who cares about how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace!
Let's get rid of tag. Can't put a price on world peace.
Cool.
Give me just a second. Cool, let's try that.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price on world peace!
Now, how did we end up a flap short? Let's look at that. Did we?
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price on world peace!
Son of a mother.
Let's put tag back on
And be that fast.
and be that fast.
Okay.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a blah.
Now let's try it with the whole sentence.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. There we go.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put mother, father. You can't put a price tag on world peace. Ah!
Here we go.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a
I keep on doing like an Italian
Yeah,
accent.
you can't put a price on the piece.
The piece.
Yeah, this is not Italia.
Oh my God. Okay.
There we go.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace.
You actually went so fast that you're still a flap short when you added that word back in there.
Oh my God.
Let me confirm that that's correct, though. Was that
Okay.
right, Peter? Let's just watch the end of it, confirm.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace.
Flap.
God.
And what's amazing is I could still understand everything that you said, but
Yeah.
now we just need to slow it down some.
Okay.
Speed racer. Here we go.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace.
I think we're still short.
I did not think I was going to be stretching this one, though. Let's try stretching it.
Price tag on world peace. Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace.
All right, it is just a hair short still.
Okay.
And also, it may just be from the number of times we've done it. That one started to lose a little of the enthusiasm.
Okay.
So let's bring it on back. Here we go.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace.
That should get it. Give me a second. Brina's like, that one better work.
Well, I'm the one screwing it up.
Who cares how much cash we have in the bank? You can't put a price tag on world peace.
That got it.
Yes.
You have a musical background. Do you think that training helps in your voice acting career?
Yeah, I think it does because there is a lot of rhythm as far as, you know, matching flaps and matching timing of stuff. And more directly, it has helped me because I've had characters that sing a lot. And one of the first lead characters I ever got, I got it because I could sing, which was Maho and Beck.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's helped me in that regard. But I also don't think it's one of those things that you need. I think it's helpful, but obviously there are lots of people that have no musical background that are incredible. Like Colleen.
Mm-hmm.
She's fantastic, and she hates singing.
I'm not scared, because no matter what, I know Luffy's gonna win this and get us back.
Of course, he does have that afro and all.
I love the dramatic shift that we've had in One Piece over the past couple of seasons. I know that it changes here and there. I know that it's not always going to be this dramatic. It's going to go back to being funny at some point, or mostly funny, or whatever. And it's just, that's the nature of the show. Sometimes it's very dramatic, and sometimes it's not. But this arc has been super, super dramatic. I do enjoy that. I think it's been a fun challenge for the Straw Hats, for the actors playing the roles, to take what they have known for a couple of hundred episodes now and use those vocal qualities and what they know about the character and make it darker. And how would this like Usopp, for instance, how is someone that runs around screaming and lying and being crazy all the time going to approach these? I'm beaten. I'm ashamed of myself. I can barely speak. How do you approach this sort of content while keeping that character voice and making it sound like you're still being true to the show? All sorts of different hurdles to go through. Robin being so weak, which is a strange thing for her. She's beaten down and dragged around and not fighting back because she wants what's best for the rest of her crew, and she thinks that allowing that to happen to herself is the way to do it. There's just a bunch of terrible things that happen through there. But I like that the show isn't afraid to go there. I like that the content isn't afraid to do that sort of storytelling, and it's not just light and fun and silly all the time. I think because of the fact that it is so light and fun and silly all the time, that it gives those moments much more impact, and it makes it that much heavier of a story to grasp onto when what you consider to be a fun-loving group of people have so much traumatic experience happen to them.
Okay, so Usadaba takes it a step further for the first. I don't think it's collar. I think it's if he hires a successful minion. Look at the super rare, super awesome Air Force CMAX limited edition pre-painted red color version of this little airplane.
Whoa.
And you think that is the coolest thing in the world. 79 preview.
したくないんだけど涙を飲んでプレゼントエアフォース CMAX 限定バージョン
You really, really, really want that. Here we go.
The Air Force CMAX limited edition, no way!
Check it out.
The Air Force CMAX limited edition, no way!
See it one more time.
The Air Force CMAX limited edition, no way!
Looks like it's a hair short. The way is hitting just a little bit early.
Okay.
So you got time to stretch it out and maybe shake it up even more.
Yeah.
I want that. Yes, there we go.
The Air Force CMAX limited edition, no way!
Let me check it out.
The Air Force CMAX limited edition, no way!
Tiny bit of compression on it so that way flap hits.
The Air Force CMAX limited edition, no way!
What do you think? Cool. I like it too.
I think Chopper, since the point in time when he has joined the show and it was introduced on the show, has become a lot more trusting. His initial background was not great. He was bullied. He was mistreated by everyone except for Dr. Hiroluk and Dr. Reen. And those were the only two people he trusted forever, including the Straw Hats when he met them. He eventually became part of that crew and slowly began to trust them more and more. But that's what I would say has changed about him, is his acceptance that other people can be cool too. Other people are worthy of trust. But, you have to be quite selective, especially in his case, because he was so mistreated. So it's hard for him to open up, but once he does, it's like, I love you, and he grasps onto people. And I think that's awesome about him. And because of that, he continues to fight more and more and fight harder and fight with all of his heart for his friends. It's very endearing.
Even if he was mad, I still wanted to treat his wounds, but he turned me away. He found a place to stay, so at least he can get some rest. But do you know what he said to me? He said we aren't friends now, so I should leave him alone and go back to the ship.
I think that I definitely am going to have a different perspective, but as far as my reaction to Chopper, I think is probably the same as any fan, because I think he's the cutest ever, and I do get really emotional in all of his emotional stuff, and I do feel very connected to the character, but because he is so beyond what I am in real life, it is easier for me to step back and kind of view him the way that an audience member would view him. But at the same time, I get the I get the luxury of being able to be in that mindset and actually experience it with him, whereas audience members don't get to do that. So I feel really lucky in that regard because I get to not only see him and see how adorable he is and how heartbreaking all the things he goes through are, I also get to experience all of that with him.
So, you mean Robin doesn't hate us after all? Uh-huh. I'm so happy!
The phone lines will be opening shortly, so I look forward to seeing all of you in the Usadaba gang. This looks like trouble. Chopperman, are you ready to go? Yeah! You know what your mission is, right? Of course I do. I have to hurry so I can get that plane.
Nice.
Toy, toy, toy.
I like toys.
You gotta be kidding me. Sorry I can't hear you joining the bad guys. Preview these three.
こいつはやばいわ。チョッパーマン、出動よ。任務は分かってるわね。
当たり前だ。あれの嘘でもないに入るんだ。
分かってない。
限りなく不安だ。
Okay, so it's a ridiculous shouting level by the time he gets to joining the bad guys.
Okay.
Here we go. You ready for the huge burst in volume?
Yeah! Of course I do! I have to hurry so I can get the Air Force CMAX! So I can hear you! Joining the bad guys!
Okay, 86 is fine. Gonna keep 86. I think we could be a hair more enthusiastic on these two.
Okay.
So let's come back in for 82 and 84.
Yeah! Of course I do! I have to hurry so I can get the Air Force CMAX!
Let me sort of got it. Thank you.
響かせゆこう